Welcome to the Buttercut Podcast, part of the MWBK Creative Podcast Network. I'm joined, as always, by my boy, Pete the Irish Guy. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Long time.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, yeah?
Yeah, it's awesome. Jeez, it feels like years. We haven't done any baseball talk. We haven't done any golf talk.
Real lack of sports these
We've had
days.
fucking nothing to do. It's been brutal. Yeah, but we're getting close though. It feels like we're close.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because this weekend is the Charles Schwab Classic. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
They're playing at the Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, we're going to get to that, but let's catch up some, since it's been a while since we've been on the airwaves.
Yeah, we can talk about the only fucking sport basically that we've had, those two the two golf events.
That and MMA blood sport.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So the first of the two golf events that happened, we had the match with Tiger and Phil and the football players, and then we had
so I think
the first one was
the first one was the
Taylor
Rory
made.
and Tiger,
Yeah,
the Rory and DJ, Ricky
Wolf.
and Wolf.
So it was Ricky and Wolf versus DJ and Rory. Did you watch it? Did you watch it
Yeah,
closely?
I did. I recorded it and watched it like the next day. There was a few takeaways that I had from it that
It's hard to call back to it, right? It's been what seems like
Well, no,
forever.
the things that stuck out to me, there were a few things. Firstly, I'll say the golf course, right? So it was played at Seminole, which is on the East Coast there in Florida. And Seminole is ranked as like I think it's like the 8th on the latest Golf Digest Top 100 in the country. Seminole is ranked like number 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Right?
Have you ever played it?
No, never played it. It's super private. A load of tour guys are all members there. One of the cool things that they do is they have the Seminole member guest is like this. It's like a 2-man fucking tournament, but it's basically it's all the members, but they all play with tour pros.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's fucking awesome. It's like a legendary kind of little member guest tournament
Obviously,
that they have.
it's not televised or
No, but so like if you look at the leaderboard in the clubhouse, you or the board of champions, it's all like Ricky's won it like 4 times. Rory and his dad are members at Seminole. Rory has won it.
Poor Ricky only winning stuff that
I know that doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. So yeah, so Seminole steeped in history. It didn't look great though on TV.
You didn't think so? It was kind of weird.
The fairways are 100 yards wide.
By weird, I mean the production quality, because obviously they had
Yes.
limited cameras. They didn't have great TrackMan stuff going. It was like kind of a different angle almost. It looked like it was lower to me for whatever reason. I don't know if you got that perspective.
I think you could be right. That's what it is. I don't know what it was, but the golf course just didn't look great on TV. Maybe it's one of those courses that doesn't translate. You know, some of them look amazing. Others you kind of go, it
The
looks
grandstands
kind of okay.
and stuff that they build around it too, like the structures, I don't think they enhance the golf course by any means, but it does sometimes draw your attention in, and it's set up for television, and I think that also plays a role when there's just empty space out behind.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Especially at Seminole, because it is very flat. Well, not very flat. It is very wide open in terms of it's not tree lined, right? So there's no distinctive features really. But yeah, I thought the golf course looked kind of shit. Now, obviously, all these guys are members. They all say it's incredible. They all say it's very difficult, and it's the number 8. It's in the top 10 in the country. So obviously, it's really good,
Right.
But it looks shit. So that's what I'm saying. The other thing I fucking hated from it, and I think that really showed when then you watch the match, was they walked, and that was fucking stupid. Walked carrying their own bags. They should have been fucking golf carts.
Oh, you didn't like them carrying their own
No,
bags?
it was a load of shit. It took forever. It looked stupid because it looked like a fucking few college kids out there, carrying their own bag. I think it was fun, like watching them go down the first hole, carrying it, and then I'm like, all right, these lads need to be in carts. Hurry up.
Well, the difference between that and the match is the match had like the nicest golf cart you've ever seen with like padded bucket seats and stuff.
And like their own logo on it. And
Yeah.
Right. Well, exactly. I think the fact that they had to walk just, it made for, because there was no other golf on and there was nothing else they could play, it took forever.
Yeah.
They were walking a long time. I think with the carts, there was more entertainment, and the carts had the cameras.
Yeah.
And you could see them shooting shit back and forth. That made it so much better. So, yeah, I think the walking was a bad idea. And then thirdly, probably maybe the most important part of it.
Yeah.
They all fucking played shit.
Yeah, well, especially DJ. DJ
Yeah.
played pretty badly.
They were awful.
Yeah.
I mean, Ricky hit some good shots. Rory hit a couple, but the golf course is wide open, and they were all winging it. All over. They're missing fairways left and right. Wolf hit it awful off the tee, except for his 2 long drive wins.
Which he won both the 2 long drives, right?
Amazing.
Which is surprising, isn't it? How the hell does he generate that much speed with that nasty thing?
Dude, I was fucking shocked. I was shocked that, especially against DJ and Rory, in like a friendly thing where those lads in that long drive, they're just going to hit it as hard as they can, right? And Wolf nuked it by them. Like by a long way. Like he had them by like 20 yards. So I knew Wolf hit it a long way. That wasn't a thing.
Right.
But I didn't think he was hitting it Rory long off the tee. And he fucking
Rory's the longest.
Right. He hit it by him by like 20 yards. So yeah, I was shocked.
That was the thing that was my biggest takeaway. Is like Wolf can really crank.
Oh my God, hits it miles. So
not that Wolf accurate, but he can crank.
And so I think the takeaways from that were it just wasn't very good. I didn't think it was very good. And then that led us into...
Wait, was your feelings hurt that they was wearing shorts? I know you don't like that. You're a big
I don't
pants
like
guy.
it. I'm fine with it, but
I know you wear pants like in
all the time.
In the dead of summer in Texas, he's wearing pants.
No one wants to fucking be staring at your legs while you're hitting a golf shot. Trust me.
Okay, so then on to the match then.
And then the match was the opposite. The match was absolutely fucking
They had so much star power on like the mics too. They had Charles. They had everybody.
Yeah, Justin Thomas was good. They had Charles Barkley. Yeah. The match was perfect. Like they couldn't have asked. The only thing that kind of sucked was obviously the weather. Mm-hmm. The weather was shit, but it almost made it funnier that the weather was so bad, and their attitudes were amazing, right? They just didn't give a shit. They were jacked. They're playing,
and they're messing with each other. They're having a good time.
Yeah, so many takeaways from it. The best part was Brady playing so shit.
Okay, so this is my question: as a diehard Patriots fan, are you a Brady fan still now that he's gone, or do
obviously,
you still got a soft
I love
spot?
Tom. Yeah.
You're not going to root against him?
No. I'll root against him if he's playing against the Ben's New England. Yeah. But no, I love Tom. But it was
you weren't cheering for Manning over Brady.
No. But it was few things from it were amazing.
Okay.
Tom and Peyton are both good at golf, obviously. Peyton played unbelievably well.
Yeah.
Played really good. I don't think he could have probably asked to play any better. Tom obviously was horrendous for the first one, but there's a few things to that. One, the golf course is difficult.
Yes.
Right? Not an easy golf club, the Bears course. Or not medalist. Sorry, they're playing medalist. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it was medalist. It was absolutely teeming down with rain.
Teeming down.
That makes it even fucking harder. There's millions of people watching, and you're playing with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. Tons of pressure.
So much
people
pressure.
People are talking shit like you wouldn't believe on Twitter.
Here's when I knew that Brady was in big trouble. When he's on the range.
It was at the Medalist Golf Club.
And everyone was loosey-goosey, and Brady wasn't fucking saying anything. Peyton was giving him so much shit, and then Brady turned around, and Brady had played 18 holes already that day.
What a psycho.
Such a psycho. But you could tell that he wanted to try and be in a groove, and he was nervous.
Yeah.
So he was super nervous, and then the nerves just came through, and you saw that, hey, golf is really fucking difficult.
Well,
it's
the other
such
thing
a hard
I saw,
game.
too, is you look at the 2 football players, right?
Yeah.
You've got Peyton, who's retired and who obviously plays regularly.
Yeah.
Like, what else is he going to do with his life?
Yeah.
Then you got Brady, who practices football every day and probably doesn't play as regularly.
Right.
And it's just that simple. Like, if you have that type of routine, you're going to be more sharp. And it clearly paid off for Peyton.
I agree.
He was much more sharp.
Yeah, and Brady obviously, in the couple of weeks leading up to it, would have been practicing. But, like, at the same time, it's a difficult thing to try and get your game in good shape for TV.
So the other thing I was thinking about, so I was expecting like what Peyton 6'6", something like that, 6'5". He's a monster,
yeah,
and Brady's
massive.
a big ass dude. I figured that they would have massive I figured because of that swing arc that they would really crush the ball. It's
nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with size, and this is the perfect example of like top end athletes. Obviously, both of them had good swings, but technically not sound, obviously, because they can't hit it as far as these two.
It's technique is 1,000 times more important than anything else.
I thought it showcased that more than anything to me.
Flexibility, knowing how to generate club head speed is via technique, right? And then hitting the ball out of the middle of the club face all the time is a big difference. Like if you're a millimeter off, It just doesn't go very far.
There you
So,
have it.
yeah, the match couldn't have gone any better. A couple of things with Tiger and Phil. Tiger played unbelievably good. Like, he just hit every fairway and
He
hitting
looked
it down the
sharp,
middle.
didn't he?
Yeah, he looks so sharp in the piss and rain. Phil is hitting it so far. Like,
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
really, he's working.
He's still
on
he's still all in on bombs.
Yeah, the other thing I thought was, I think Mickelson, well, maybe not. I was going to say he would fucking annoy the piss out of me if I was playing him.
Why?
Because he's just such a fucking stupid yank, and he just never shuts the fuck up. You could see Tiger. You remember there was the camera was kind of to the side of the tee, and it had Tiger really close to it, and Phil was on the tee about to hit a shot, and Phil was taking a practice swing, talking shit, like saying, "I'm going to hit another bomb" or something, and Tiger's face was just like, oh my god! And he looks at the camera and goes, "See, this is what I have to put up with every time I play."
Yeah.
But you could see it was real honesty. Like, shut up, Phil. Just hit the fucking ball and get on with it. Like, Tiger plays real fast. Phil Mickelson plays fast as well. But I would just imagine there's not a whole lot of yapping from Tiger like there is that Phil would do.
Sure. So there's rumor right now that Tiger could play next week in the RBC Heritage, that his boat is driving that way on the ocean. They saw the Privacy or whatever the boat's called.
Yeah.
I saw it on like Barstool or somebody tweeted about it.
So that's the first I've heard of it. I had this conversation last week with a buddy of mine. We were looking then the schedule and looking when will Tiger play. And by all intents and purposes, you're kind of going, it'll probably be Muirfield Village for Memorial, right, in July. But so I was like, okay, if there was an event that he was going to play before that, he hasn't really played any of these. He's played Colonial before, but he's not playing. The one event I said that screams out is Harbourtown, Hilton Head. And I'll tell you why. Well, one, I've played the golf course before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we used to host an event in college on Hilton Head at a place called Wexford Plantation. And Wexford Plantation used to host the Monday qualifier to get into Harbourtown.
Okay.
I never got to do the Monday qualifier. We were always traveling away at the time, but Wexford's such a they're all really difficult golf courses, and they're all super tight. They're all the same. They're all super tight, out of bounds on both sides, like on almost every hole, because it's just houses, and you just have to maneuver your ball between the trees with a 3-wood or long iron. Not many drivers, and kind of shape it around other trees. The greens are all tiny, so all really really similar, and that's the reason like. Tiger could go to he's probably never played at Harbourtown. I know he's never played in the event.
Competitively or whatever.
So he'll go there. He'll hit 2-iron, 3-iron, 3-wood all fucking day.
I mean, if he's sharp as he was during the match, he'll be good.
Then the most important aspect of that tournament is from fairway to green.
Sure.
Because the greens are so small. And so what you notice about Harbourtown is all the putting stats for the week. So the lowest putts per green are always at that course because they're the smallest greens on tour.
Okay.
So if you're on the green, you're close to the hole. You're just closer to the hole than anywhere else. So you just make more putts, right? It's just an easy math question. I think that sets up perfect for Tiger.
Yeah.
Hit irons off the tees. You're the most accurate iron player, knocking on the greens, and then you'll have good looks everywhere.
How badass would it be if the way people knew that you might play in a golf tournament is because your giant yacht was driving up the west or the east coast of the United States?
So true. That's
the way to do it, right?
That's how the rumor gets out. Your $1 billion yacht has been seen fucking from miles away driving up the coast. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome if he came back. At that event. One other thing I wanted to say about that match. So the talk of the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it perfect with how they done it. You need two celebrities who play golf with Tiger and Phil.
Yeah.
Having Tiger and Phil is just boring as fuck.
Celebrities or athletes, whatever.
Yeah.
But non-golfers.
But who are good at golf.
Okay.
I think if they're shit at golf, it'll be brutal to watch. They need to be good. So you have Tiger and Phil on their own. No one really wants to watch that because they're not great friends. They're friendly, but there's no real banter, whatever. They're both nerds, so, no one's going to watch that.
Okay.
I think the next one for the third one, so they had in their contracts for 3.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a third one.
Okay.
It's just so obvious to me. It's Tony Romo and Steph Curry.
Oh, that'd be good.
The two best players who both have almost made cuts, one on the web.com and
Both
Romo
have played competitively, just not on the PGA.
Right.
They've played.
Fucking Steph Curry shot like 74, 76 or something. That was incredible.
Well, I guess Tony has played actually in a competitive, like in a PGA.
Tony's played in 4 PGA
Yeah.
Tour events.
Yeah,
Missed
that's
the cut
right.
in all of them, but Tony shot under par in one of the rounds.
I remember.
Tony
That's
shot
right.
like 70 or he shot one under. He was in
And
tied.
then he blew
like,
up in the second
Yeah,
round.
he was tied like 15th.
That's a good call.
Yeah. Romo's unbelievably good at golf. So I think
You know, another reason why they'd like that is because Steph has so much appeal with the youth. Like they're talking about building the game,
so
growing the
much
game.
appeal.
It'd be perfect.
It's perfect. It gets tons of people that would never watch golf, basketball players, all that kind of part of America, who will watch because Steph Curry is playing it, and they want to see Steph and Tiger. So I think you probably put Romo with Tiger. I'm trying to think who's better. Between Romo and Steph,
Romo will be more
is
sharp
better.
because
Romo's
he's not
better.
a current active
So I think
pro athlete.
So
Right?
I think you probably have to put Romo with Phil and Steph with Tiger.
So the only thing you'll have to consider is that the NBA season is in full swing by the time they hit like May, June, like April, May, June. Like they'll be going right into the playoffs. So maybe they push it back into the fall.
So the idea is to potentially have it around Thanksgiving.
Because that's when the first one was, wasn't it?
So that was the idea to have
That's
it around
actually
then.
the only time the NBA won't be playing because they end in October. They're starting back up December 1st, I think.
Right. It'd be a perfect time to have it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that. Love to see Romo. And the only other one would be to try and get Michael Jordan to play.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he would. There's
This
too
would have been
much
the time to do it right after the Last Dance, but
Yeah, there's too much. Like he doesn't like after Last Dance, all the gambling stuff.
you could get him and Larry Bird
having
to
a
play.
mic, him having a mic on the golf course.
Yeah.
Fucking just like 500K on this putt. Everyone just shitting themselves. Like it'd be pretty funny.
I like it. So that's 2 predictions for you. Tiger playing next week at RBC.
Yeah,
And
I would
then,
love to see that.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Love to.
So let's get into this week.
Yeah.
We got the 2020 Charles Schwab, I cannot say it, Classic Challenge, excuse me. Last year, we had Kevin Na won the 2019 Challenge.
Kevin
this year
Na.
is obviously a much different field because the PGA Tour has been off for so long. There's a ton of star power in the field this week. What are your initial feelings here? So this is at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, I've been to it before as a spectator.
Uh-huh.
Kind of similar to the one in Dallas, the AT&T.
Uh-huh.
You always get a lot of very attractive women in high
Dallas always shows up.
in high heels walking around the golf course in little summer dresses. You won't have any of that this time,
No.
since there are no fans. Yeah, it's going to be weird. I mean, you don't. The only really thing to go off. I mean, you don't really know. We don't know how anyone's playing because no one has been playing. There's no form book. Also, a bunch of states had different restrictions.
Yeah.
On when you could play. So the states where people live, where the restrictions were easier. So anyone that has been in California and hasn't been playing,
Right.
you would think is fucked. And but guys in Texas would have a little more leeway. Like in Florida, down where they are in Florida, where a lot of the pros are.
Where they keep their home residence.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have been able to practice, but yeah, I think I don't know. I think the only thing to go on with this event is who's done well at Colonial in the past.
So are you surprised to see the likes of like Ian Poulter, some of these other international guys, Justin Rose, in this tournament? Or do you think do they live in the States?
Yeah, they all live in this. Well, Justin Rose lives in the Bahamas.
Okay.
But
well, how's he getting here? Because isn't that why all the European
Private
Tour
jet.
players are pissed? Is because they can't fly into the States?
Yeah, so Westwood, Shane Lowry, Ian Poulter, they're all playing, but they all have been living in Florida.
And the other thing is the World Golf Rankings start this week, or they started last week maybe, but it's causing uproar amongst the European Tour players who are, trying to compete for top world rankings.
Because the European Tour hasn't started yet.
And so that was what I was confused about, is that they've got these international big names in here, but it's because they live either in the States or...
and they have a card on the PGA Tour, so they can come play.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with this week, I think everyone's gagging to... This field is awesome. They're like, it's so strong.
It's stacked.
But because everyone's just been sitting at home, everyone's like, oh, fuck, let me get out and play, right? Tiger is really the only one that's not playing. So yeah, it's gonna be great to watch some golf. It's gonna be super weird with no fans. It's gonna be weird with no grandstands. It's really got that will have an effect on some of the players. I think it has to.
Sure.
Some of the bigger players. I think what you could find this week is you could find some shitty guys up the top of the leader, like more shitty guys up the top of the leaderboards.
Or younger guys, I was thinking.
Younger or shitty.
Yeah.
When I say shitty, just, those
Not
shittier in the field.
competitive, right?
And those guys in the hunt, because there's no fucking fans, there is no grandstands, and it's just like they're going out playing, around the golf.
So this tournament in 2018, it didn't even have a title sponsor. Like it's kind of struggled. It got Charles Schwab last year.
Yeah.
But in the past, so since the creation of the ranking system in 1986, the Colonial event has never featured both of the top 2 in the world golf rankings.
Yeah.
This time they got all 5 of the top 5 in the world
That's
rankings.
awesome.
So they've got a stacked field.
Yeah, stacked. It's gonna be great. One of the huge things that's gonna come from this is pros losing golf balls.
Oh yeah? What do you mean?
Because there's no fans to look for the ball.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So
like if they hit it in the rough and it's a long rough, usually they've got like a search party.
So here's what happens. So pros never, ever, ever, ever lose golf balls because if they wing it, it's hit a fan sees it. It's right. It's where there's everything's people trampled down. There's tons of people,
there's
and you find the ball.
Yeah,
you're gonna get more lost balls this week than you will have at any other week on tour.
That's a good point
because there's no fans to look for it. Secondly, it's only 3 minutes now to look for a ball, so that's one of the newer rules. And there's no one trampling down everything. The rough's going to be longer. There's going to be tons of pros.
They've got
that
as
have to go
few
back
people
to
as they can out there in terms of support staff. There's just not going to be many eyeballs.
It's going to be awesome. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
So this, I'm reading kind of like a quick rundown of the course and who's a
par 70,
7,200 yards. It says the fairways are lined with trees, so putting it in the fairway is a premium, and then obviously approach is always going to be the best.
Spieth has the lowest ever scoring average.
Is that right?
At Colonial, it's a lower scoring average than any other tournament that anyone's had anywhere on tour ever, and it's like the most strokes gained per the field in any tournament ever. So Spieth obviously loves the place.
Yeah,
which with no fans, no grandstands, Spieth loving it. It could be perfect for Spieth to go win.
Being from Dallas,
he's probably played it a ton of times during the off season. He's he's really local. You could see him win with as much of a mental midget as he is.
So some of the other guys,
see him win.
So some of the other guys that they're featuring as good quality picks. Webb Simpson, another guy who's super accurate, good short game.
Yeah, he's
Harris
also a fucking
English,
nerd.
Nerd.
Harris English.
It says.
I'm not a fan of that pick.
Yeah. Well, the deal is that he's finished strong here the last couple of years, and that the last event that they had. Let's see, when was this? This improved to 17th. Anyways, he played in a 40-player exhibition at Sea Island last week. And finished second, and so they're thinking he's coming in with good form.
Yeah.
The other guy they mentioned was Ryan Palmer.
He's
a member.
He lives at the course.
So
he's kind of on everyone's bucket. He'll do well probably because he's played a ton of times.
Sure.
The guys I like are Spieth, Ryan Palmer, Scotty Scheffler.
Nice.
Former UT guy.
Yeah,
again,
young guy.
He will have played it a bunch. He's been in Texas playing. So Scheffler. I like Victor Hovland for one of the young guys. He lives up in Stillwater at Oklahoma State, so he's close, and he's probably been playing a bunch of golf. And then my other pick is Garcia. Sergio has won.
Really?
Sergio's won a Colonial. He lives in Austin. They live in Austin a lot of the time. So he's been playing a lot of golf. He's probably been up to the Colonial a couple of times. So
Rahm's been in rare form up until COVID hit, and he's number 2 world rankings. Rory's number 1. If he was to win this week, John Rahm that is, he would become the number 1 official world ranking. So that's another storyline to kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah.
I think you covered all my guys.
Anyone else you like?
I'm trying to think if there was any other guy that we didn't cover already. I think that I covered all of them, though. There's so much star power though in the field. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I like what you're saying about the young guys doing well.
Because you would think that they're out there grinding. Like, what else are they going to do?
You know, it could be a good time if you're trying to bet on someone to miss the cut.
Yeah.
Colin Morikawa, the young superstar, he hasn't missed a cut yet on tour, and he's playing this week. He's made his first 20 something in a row. I mean, if there's ever a better time that he is going to miss, since we haven't played, there's no fans, it's such a weird tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my pick for the week, right? My pick is Morikawa to miss the cut, and it's Scotty Scheffler to win.
So there's one other storyline here. So there's all the star power, but it also has, the tournament also has Olin Brown, Chad Campbell, Keith Clearwater, David Frost, Tom Lehman, and Steve Stricker.
Frost?
Uh-huh.
Why? Because is he a former champion?
These players received past champion exemptions for this week. And so people are pissed because this group of like old-ass dudes and kind of like no-namers.
Yeah, Olin. I call him Olin Feast because he's fucking shit.
So they're keeping, there's a bunch of alternate like young guys, up-and-comers that are on like could be worked in, but yeah, there's some uproar there. So they've got a lot of past champions that are playing in the field that are keeping the young guys out. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching it starting, like, I think it tee off at like 8 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to be streaming that bitch on PGA Tour Live or whatever.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I'll have it on TV. Work from home continues to fucking drain the life out of me, but yeah.
So who's your top pick? Do you want to do some buttercut picks?
So yeah, so let's pick someone to miss the cut and someone to win.
Okay, you start me off here.
So I picked. So I got my two. I'm going to pick Morikawa to MC, and I'm going to pick Scotty Scheffler to win.
You didn't give me much time to think this through. So okay, so to win, I am going to start at the top here. I think I kind of like Justin Thomas, although that's the easiest ever.
That's all right.
For some reason, Bryson DeChambeau keeps sticking off the page.
I like that. I like that pick. He lives up there. He's from Fort Worth, lives up there. So
the one other thing is, Brooks Koepka is always intriguing in these scenarios because the motherfucker doesn't even warm up. He doesn't need to practice. Like, he's going to come out in the same form he always is.
He's going to miscut.
You think so?
That'd be a pick to miscut because there's no one there. No one gives a shit.
That's a good call.
There's nothing for him to get.
That's the key because he only wins majors.
He only wins giant events. He's definitely not going to win this week with no one there.
I like it. For my missed cut.
So who are you picking to win?
So I'm going to take Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Bryson. And then for a missed cut, I'm going to take Jason Day.
Okay, Jason Day.
I don't know. He's just he's been so up and down. I don't know.
He has been. He has definitely. All right. Day and Bryson, and I took Morikawa and Scheffler.
Nice.
Yeah.
Feels good to be back, doesn't it?
Great to be back. Great chat.
Anything else going on with you? You got a tournament coming up? Anything going on?
Actually, no. I just booked a golf trip, though, to Ohio. End of this month. I can't wait to go. Going to Columbus. This golf trip is going to be unbelievable. Playing Thursday at the Scarlet course at Ohio State, which is an incredible, one of the hardest courses I've ever played. Then playing Friday at the number 38 ranked course in the country called The Golf Club.
Okay.
Very exciting name.
The Ohio State University.
No, it's called The Golf Club. It's a super private golf course
how long until that happens? Like, when are you going?
June 25th, so 2.5 weeks.
Gotcha. So if Tiger does show up at RBC, can I count you in for Buttercut next week?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do a bigger one.
Yeah,
this was a quick hit because we're just kind of getting back into the swing of things. But if Tiger's in, we'll talk RBC for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else, my brother?
No, that's it.
Oh no!
It's first day back.
I actually don't know what button to push now.
Okay, well, your first day back.
Oh, good guess.
Okay, yeah. All right, hey, good chat.
It's been a production of MWBK Creatives. Thank you for listening.